instance. We don't need to make an instance of an instance. Set that to green. Now we can just drag this over onto element 1. Already material instance. We don't need to make an instance of an instance. Set that to green. Now we can just drag this over onto element 1. And that will add greens to the center of the map. Elements. So when you break them off, this will be good for like creating broken up textures for here. Now we can come up, shoot it. You'll notice that it's kind of like creating. Set the rotation on it, and I'm going to set the height to 3. And 5. Make sure I set this to 2 maybe because it seems a little big there. And I'm actually going to use a regular shape just so we're not using, just so we did not use that shape there. I'm going to use just a cube. It's not rounded corners. And 2, 5. Probably got a little thinner. So that was my wall. And I'm going to select fracture and new. Make sure I select my chaos folder. You can name it whatever you want. It's going to be the default name. We'll get a new cube. And you can also place these out into the world anytime you want. Set your own fields on them. You can use the same field, like this for example. I can grab that and can attach it to that field. So now they're both attached to this one, this anchor. Just a quick show there. Get back into this one. I'm going to first uniform, cut it. Seems a bit odd. No, never mind, that's perfect. It's just the amount of fractures it's getting. It's gonna fracture. I'm gonna select the first one, fracture to just a quick show there. Get back into this one. I'm going to first uniform, cut it. Attached to this one, this anchor. Just a quick show there. Get back into this one. I'm going to first uniform, cut it. Seems a bit odd. No, never mind, that's perfect. It's just the amount of fractures it's getting. It's gonna fracture. I'm gonna select the first one, fracture to again, select, get back into this one. I'm going to first uniform, cut it. seems a bit odd. No, never mind, that's perfect. It's just the amount of fractures it's getting. It's gonna fracture. I'm gonna select the first one, fracture it again, select it again. No, never mind, that's perfect. It's just the amount of fractures it's getting. It's gonna fracture. I'm gonna select the first one, fracture it again, select it again. I'm gonna fracture it a few times. The fractures it's getting. It's gonna fracture. I'm gonna select the first one, fracture it again, select it again. I'm gonna fracture it a few times here. Then I'm gonna finally go in and auto. And
automatically group piece of fractured mesh into specified number of clusters.
auto cluster insight seems good.
Auto cluster.
So that'll create this. You can make it more or less fractured to your own liking. So now we'll be able to come in. Shoot.
No. No.
Shoot this and it'll fall apart.
Mm-hmm. Why? I think it's the scale. Still, it is still the scale. I have no clue why. I cannot see the field. Yeah, now it's broke. But well, obviously that is too big. 3 is too big. So 1.5 is a switch point, but I don't know why sometimes it just doesn't break. Yeah, it's break on the blue one, but the new wall it doesn't. Why? How can I debug this? If I go that close, then it break.
So now to make an overhang, first thing, quickly just going to reconnect my destroy projectile here at the end, so that it doesn't stay alive, and everything should just work fine still. Destroy projectile now, you notice that they're chunking off into, you can actually see the pieces that are connected to the smaller pieces.
Oh, I see. I see. The reason is that it doesn't even trigger the hit event. The hit event doesn't get triggered. So that's another, wow. Oh, that could happen. The collision pushing me outside of the ground.
And I'm just going to
But
turn
anyway,
off my
let's focus on
show bone color.
the color thing.
And going to
Color
search this
of
color and just set it for my wall
GC.
here. Show bone color. And going to search this color and just set it for my wall here.
Oh.
Turn off my show bone color.
Show bone color.
And going to search this color. Just set it for my wall here. And this right here is the interior color.
Why he has 3 material elements for the interior color, but I don't. I only have the main one. What happened there?
Projectile now. Notice that they're chunking off into, you can actually see the pieces that are connected to the smaller pieces.
But he already have it. Why? Slot? None.
Fractured. Like this, for example, I can grab fractured.
Yeah.
And new, make sure I select my chaos folder, and you can name it whatever you want. It's going to be the default name. We'll get a new cube.
When he create the geometry collection, he already have the 3 elements.
And you can also, and new, make sure I select my chaos folder, and you can name it whatever you want. It's going to be the default name. We'll get a new cube. And you can also place this.
Ah, I see. He's highlighting the geometry. Is that true? No, it's not. It's not.
These out into the world anytime you want. Set your own set fields on them. You can use the same field, like this, for example. I can grab that, and
I have no clue here. Geometric collection, interior color. It's not these things. User guide. Color. Show bone color. Show bone color. In material section, each original material ID. Select geometry and use the level detail panel in the chaos physics section. Expand the general component. Deselect the show bone color. And then in the material section, each original material ID has been duplicated from the source assets. He does, I don't, but should I like save it? Save it? No. Show bone color. Internal surface. Materials. Slot none. 0. So what sheet here? Let's see here. Let's see there. Let's check this. Create geometry from all the geometry collection and the flexure mode, uniform. Yeah, click the mode to flexure mode, click the uniform and apply click flexure. Select geometry collection and move it on the ground. So it will break, yeah. Why? I only have one. Let's see it. Yeah. Yeah. Surface color. Click add. Add. No, there's no add. Maybe they change from, let's see, is that true? White default changes to default. Return to basic shape material, and this is the green. No, all change it to green. No.
What is a geometry collection? Or is created, we are then presented with a hierarchy. In this case, these boxes have been stacked. What we're looking at here is the root bone for this collection, which is the culmination of everything at once. This object will have its own collision representation representing the whole thing. When we walk down the levels, we can start to see how this particular geometry collection is being organized. In this case, these 3 boxes have been clustered together, and the 3 below as well. As we walk down another level, we see the separation of the boxes. And when we walk down to the level below that, we see that some of these have also been fractured. In this case, simple slices have been applied. If we set the fracture level to all levels, we can now see all of the terminating leaf nodes in this hierarchy. The hierarchy is reflected over here in the outliner. Using Shift W, we can walk up through this hierarchy. The explode amount has been set to 0.5, and so as we walk back down it using Shift S, we can see how this particular geometry collection will come apart. A simple simulation will show this hierarchy in action. As further collisions occur, more of the bodies in the hierarchy are released by the simulation. Let's tilt the geometry collection forward a little bit and see those really fall apart. Creating geometry collections. To create a geometry collection, we must first set out the desired static meshes that we want to convert. In this case, we're going to use these 3 objects here. We're going to select the one at the bottom first, since when we create the geometry collection, it's going to take its pivot point from the first selected mesh. We're going to Control-click our way up, and then go to Fracture mode, and hit New. We're going to follow this prompt, and look for a useful place to leave this.
Destruction.
And then a quick rename to keep things simple. And then create. And there we have the geometry collection. At any point during this process, we can simulate and see the results of our current hierarchy. At this point, a fairly simple interaction. Let's go in and fracture all of the bodies. We're going to apply a uniform fracture of 50 cells, like so. Cancel out of that, and hit Simulate. OK. It's worth noting that at any point, if we don't like our results, we can hit Reset and head back to our initial state. Let's do another fracture. This time, we're going to use the slice fracture, and we're going to operate on the whole stack, using 1, 1, 3, respectively, for the slices. When we fracture that, it will divide up each of these bodies. We're going to deselect all the bones using Ctrl-Shift-D, which will do a Select None operation, and then we can use Shift-B to toggle the bone colors.
What? Ctrl-Shift-D. Or deselect anything, and then Shift-B. Oh, I see.
It's
I
worth
learned
noting
something
that
new.
this particular toggle also lives outside of the fracture
Ctrl-Shift-D.
editor and sits on the actor itself. Sometimes it's really useful to be able to refer to these bone colors.
But in the example, in the tutorial, you still have 4 elements of the material, while I don't.
When working with neighboring Ctrl-Shift-D, which will do a select. Use Shift-B to toggle the bone colors. It's worth noting that this particular toggle also lives outside of the fracture editor, and
I fracture them, but I don't got extra material of different layer. In a different layer. got stuck.
Sits on the actor
What version is he? UE 5.0.
itself. Sometimes it's really useful to be able to refer to these bone colors when working with neighboring geometry in an environment. In the meantime, though, Shift B, and we'll hit Simulate. Now we can see on these internal surfaces that we are sharing the same material on the inside as on the outside, but that's not strictly true. Let's have a look at the Details panel here, and we can see the material array for this particular geometry collection. When we created the geometry collection, we looked for shared materials and consolidated those into a single ID. Here we have the material assigned to both boxes, consolidated at element 0. The next even number shows us the material assigned to the sphere. For each unique material, we then get a duplicate, and it's here. The next even number shows us the material assigned to the sphere. For each unique material, we then get a duplicate, and it's here.
We get the duplicate. I don't. How? Let me try this one again. Create a basic shape. Cube here. And then for this cube, I'm gonna have a where is it? Well, I always open up the engine folder, which is not convenient. Always go in there. Not showing it. Main environment chaotic object GC cube example white and the data flow we import to split meshes. Triangles that are not topologically connected will assign a separate bone to import. Does not apply if create. What does it mean? I want to check, did he do that? Check this.
Can attach it to the name, whatever you want. It's gonna make it a little thinner. Well, that's my wall. And I'm gonna select fracture. And new. Make sure I select my chaos folder. You can name it whatever you want. It's gonna make the default name.
He don't have any option. Maybe split meshes. Data flow is it? We imported the only transform mesh rule were created to mesh factor. To mesh 2? Wait, what is that? I don't know. If check the triangle that are not topologically connected will be assigned separate bond on import. Does not apply if creating from a geometry collection source. What does it mean? Still 1. And then uniform. Uniform is fractured. Still. Is there any change from UE 5.0 to 5.5? Inner material issue, geometry conversion. Yeah, add internal. I don't get these bots. Only something about importing something to match me crazy trying to. Oh, me too. Similar. Same happened to me. UE 5.3. Ops anyone check? I think I found it select and enter that hole. Oh, I think this problem I can write uh, write an article blog post about it. Open my Obsidian and shadow bubble. GE UE plugin. Yes, I already done. Check. This is the node for all the knowledge that involved in my project, so I can write blog posts about it anytime.
Right.
Right. I can write blog posts about it anytime. Dooman, online subsystem. Oh, make sure stream test with no ray tracing. There's a lot of things to need to do with ray tracing. Now it is very heavy. It's very lacking. Heavy in performance. Virtual shadow map. Chaos instruction. This one I think. The issue of this. I think I can do this instead. I think I found it. Select an actor that holds your collision, and then on the main tab, select the fracture mode. Scroll to the bottom on the utility group. Click materials, add material slot, and click assign material there. Wow, they changed it, I think. Maybe 5.3 or 5. I see. That's nice. Nice of it. Nice of he. This one. Material. Utility. Material. Oh. I click delete and crash. Yeah. create geometric collection, and then in the utility, click the material. Oh, let me click material, add material lot, and assign material there. Flexure level or level. Add material lot slot. Remove slot. Oh, I see. Material slot here. Material slot here. Add material slot here, and so now I can uniform flexure and flexure, right? And flexure and flexure. Control Shift D to deselect all. Oh, that's a nice one. I want to mark it down. For the, I think it's for the Unreal UE tips. Yeah, UE tips. UE tips. Control Shift plus D. Deselect. Deselect all. Shift B. Toggle show bone color. Now I have two colors, and I set the second one to the green. No, no. Am I green? Green. Did I? Did I have the material there? Or I lost the data? Material, yes, I did. Am I solid green? Solid green. So Shift B. And this one. Oh, it doesn't hit. Yeah, it doesn't hit. Is that because of it simulate physics? No, I don't think so. No, why? Does it simulate physics? Oh, it simulates physics. Is that true? Oh, yeah, because I get past it when it simulates physics. I just add a velocity to them instead of spawn master field. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I also want to plane tag, add a tag, plane ground. I do not want them to interact to ground or something. Also, I can only for GC I can check something for GC, but I can do it later. First, I need to deselect the simulate physics. Simulate physics. Oh. Oh my god. If I not simulate physics, they don't even collide. Okay. They don't even collide. Yeah, they need physics to do collision, right? I think so. They need to simulate physics, but I need to do it in here. Wow. No, wait, what? Ah, the ground is flooring, right? Yeah. So I need something to differentiate whether it is pushable or breakable. I need something for that. Let's try simulate here. Yeah, it break, and the color is still white. SM material. Use material on use SM material on component. No, it's still white. Assign material only internal surface, only external surface. Assign material to this. Only internal surface. Simulate. Oh, yeah, I did. But what about if I remove the slot and apply material 0, apply material 0 to external surface. basic shape material. Okay, this one change to basic shape. What? Basic? No. Oh. All surface assign. Simulate. Yes, now is it. And I want to set the material to green. I am trying to verify is that necessary to add material slot to in order to set the internal color, or I can set it by on the same slot, but here only internal surface. Let's see. What? On I think so. I think it does need 2 slots, right? I say it's only internal surface, but it changed to all color, all surface. Turn it to white. Assignment material 0 to on to external surface or internal surface. Material 1 to external surface. Save. What? It's kind of weird. Material index 0 to all surface, and then index 1 to only internal surface. Yes, that is what I want. No, no. Only this one. I think, yeah. I think I select the wrong part of it. I should select the parent. So, oh, I see. So let's set material 0 to all surface. Yeah, apply all. Now all the trials are highlighted. Save, simulate. Yes, now it's all white. And then select 0. Material. Now I set 1 to only internal surface. Apply, save, simulate. Yes, that is what I want. Let's submit it. Try internal color. I will fix the checking next time to do. Check the other actor, hitting actor is geometry collection or other static mesh. Otherwise, it will trigger million times. Not gonna be good. And also, it all the static mesh need the simulate physics to enable the collision. Yeah. So I'm gonna end here.